We got more nonsense, but this nonsense, check it out.
Hi TikTok, my name's Rory and I'm a detransitioner. I'm 23 years old and I'm about 3 months off of estrogen, which I took for 4 years. I was what you would have called true trans. I presented with dysphoria for most of my childhood, into early adulthood. I had this very sudden, very strong realization that I was just denying my reality, and it quickly became untenable for me to continue taking hormones.
I agree, 110%. This video is going to last, it's not a very long video, 2 minutes and something I can't see. But this is the story of people who transition that are detransitioning. And a lot of times they only did this because it was fashionable. It was trendy. And people planted seeds in the other child's and youth's head that, hey, you can be something other than what you already are. And no, you can't. Alligators can't be birds. They just can't. We just can't be something that we're not.
I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song.
That's crazy. This is wild. That's crazy. Look at the transition. Really?
Three things I wish I knew before I transitioned to male. 1. That injecting myself with cross-sex hormones actually was harming and damaging my perfectly healthy body. 2. That changing my identity and changing my body wasn't actually going to heal the pain I had within myself. It was just an escape that created actually more trauma for me. 3. That it was okay to be a tomboy and not fit into society's beauty standards of.
I agree with that. I'd stop it there. There are a lot of girls who are tomboys, and there are a lot of boys that like to play with girl dolls. I tell the story all the time. When I was a kid, there was a girl that lived next door to us, and she used to bring her dolls outside. I was at the age where I loved action figures. I loved anything that I could make move around and play shoot and play house or whatever. And she used to come outside with her Barbie dolls and whatnot and play. And I used to go over there with her on the sidewalk and play Barbie dolls with her because I liked action figures. And to me, the Barbie dolls looked like action figures. So I would play with her. So if my mom was progressive today and she saw me playing with those dolls, what if my mom would have said, oh, my son wants to be a girl because he's playing with Barbie dolls? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's dumb. That's dumb. And there's nothing wrong with women wanting to be tomboys. I knew a lot of tomboys growing up because they just really wanted to play sports and they just really wanted to be included in what the boys were doing. And so people would label them tomboys. No, they just wanted to do what the boys were doing. They wanted to be included, not that they wanted to be a boy. There were some times where I would play tetherballs with the girls at recess, but I would also go play hoops with the boys. I would do a little bit of both because I wanted to be involved in all the sporting events. It looked fun and exciting to play tetherball, so I played. It looked fun and exciting to play foursquare, so I played. There's nothing wrong with being a tomboy. Doesn't mean you're a boy.
What a woman was supposed to be like. That I was perfect the way I was and I didn't need to change myself.
I started living as a female when I was 19 years old, had a sex change when I was 30 years old. I've now been living as a woman for 28 years and I fully regret this. First off, my name is Renee Jacks and I'm an author. I've written 8 books so far, 3 of them to do with transsexuality. I never had the full ability to have intercourse.
Wild. She lived 28 years in the wrong body, has the wrong gender, and fully regrets it. Why did he do that? Because someone told him he could, and he thought it might be a good idea. Horrible idea. You were born the way you were born. That's the way you should stay. That's the way you should stay because there are way too many more complications. If you want to see the horror stories, get on the TikTok and look up transgender horror stories. Look that up. That it will open your eyes. Before you transition, before you go down that rabbit hole, get on Twitter.
Because the vagina that they make is so small. So these surgeries are nothing more than plastic surgery. The sex change didn't solve my discomfort. The doctors who are honest will say that the gender dysphoria is always there. It starts out being about your anatomy, but really what it's, you don't like yourself.
So is the gender dysphoria always there? And is that even a thing? Is it a thing? It doesn't make sense. So this video has a ton of people who in their stories are talking about their detransitioning phase. So let's look at this one. Maybe not that one. I went too far. But anyway, you guys get my point. So be safe. Take care of yourself. Don't make any rash decisions. And I would say until you start traveling down that road, wait till you're emotionally stable. Our minds don't fully grow. It doesn't fully form until we're about 25 years old. So before you make any life-changing decisions like that, wait till you're about 25 and then ask yourself how you feel. Travel a little bit. See the world. Get out. Before you do something within, travel without first and see how you feel. So a lot of people have their opinions about Target, Biden, and all this other stuff that's happening. But check this out.
Biden orders pride flags to be flown at half staff as Target stocks plummet. Says as boycotts from the far-right minority in this country continue to suffocate cool and hip companies like Anheuser-Busch and Target, the Biden administration said that they feel like they need to recognize these poor companies that are being mistreated by mean conservatives and right-wingers in this country. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said, flying the pride flag at half-staff is something that we do not take lightly around here.
So... I thought that was strictly for military, right? But we know the military is also woke. So it sounds like they're okay with it. But if you served in the armed forces, this is the question I have. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about the pride flag taking precedence over the American flag? And to me, that's what this seems like. So look at the comment section. I literally don't know if this is for real or not. Right? It's scary that I had to consider if this was real or not. Right? And this may be real, it may not be. He said it's satire, but we don't know. Right? We don't know. This world is crazy enough, right? It's crazy. Even the creator said, you never know with how ridiculous this country has become. So what's sad is I went through stages before I figured out if this was a joke or not, right? So, but this is just where we are. Real or not, this is just where we are. It is being forced down your throat for our children. They're sneaking it into library books. It's being forced on your children as they enter schools. Right? So right now it's supposed to be Pride Month, which I don't recognize it as being Pride Month, but I guess some people do. You live your life. You do what you want to. But it's so sad that this is just where we are. Target just needs to go ahead and change its symbol to a pride symbol. Just go ahead and change it. Change it now. Because this is gone. This is crazy. It's gone way too far in this country. So I wouldn't be surprised if I drove past my local Target and I actually seen this pride flag flying at half mast or just flying at all. I could see it. I could see it happening. So this country is wild. Take care of your kids. Don't shop at Target. I don't. So back to more nonsense. Like this is nonsense too. Do you have to have a reason to hate somebody, or do you just hate them because they're up on stage? And yeah, let's check this out.
You disavow Antifa?
No, God no.
What about the violence they do? They're so bad.
I think that violence is a useful political tool.
So if someone is in there and Antifa was in there and they got violent with Michael Knowles, would you disavow that?
Yeah,
He's not a fascist. He's not like a hateful person. He's just maybe a little.
he's up there talking. If he's not, he's probably saying some hateful shit. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know much about the man, to be honest.
So why protest him?
So he doesn't know anything about Michael Knowles. Nothing at all. But he's there to protest because someone triggered his feelings. This dude is clearly operating in his feelings and not with logic at all. This was feelings look like. When someone operates in their feelings, this is what it looks like, not logic based.
What little I do know, it was pretty hateful.
What have you watched of his that you're like, oh, this video is bad? He said this, this, and this. Like, tell me something you've watched and evidence you have. So then how can you be out here?
I saw the poster. That was enough for me.
Right? He's shocked. I'm shocked. He saw a poster that someone put up of Michael Knowles. It's that easy to be led as sheep. This guy is a sheep. This guy doesn't have a brain of his own, doesn't have a mind of his own. He is led around by, I'm not going to say what he's being led by, but he saw a poster that said, hey, I don't like Michael Knowles. You shouldn't either. Come protest with us. Are you serious? He can't name one thing Michael Knowles said that he disagrees with, but he's out here disagreeing. Are you serious?
You saw the poster?
Yeah,
That was enough?
that was enough.
That's wild, man. You shouldn't say that on camera.
I'll say on camera, I'm okay with political violence.
Do you know what Michael Knowles looks like?
He doesn't even know what he looks like. I could be Michael Knowles for all he knows. I could be him, and he's probably going to throw rocks at me. Are you serious?
You ever seen a picture of him? No. You ever seen a video? Nothing. So you don't even know who this guy. If you went in that room and he was sitting in the chair, you wouldn't be able to point him out.
Well, I'm assuming he's on the stage, so I tell whoever's on the stage to go himself.
Wow, that's.
So whoever's on stage can go F themselves. So if his mother was on stage, she can go for herself. Word? See, this is what I'm saying. Like, that's liberal logic. That is liberal logic. That is not conservative logic. That's not, it's all emotion and feeling based. All of it. All of it. There's not one bit of logic in there with this young man. This is wild. This is what you have to deal with. This is why you can never move the needle. This argument will go on forever. It will go on forever. Because these people are willing to die on the hill. It doesn't matter the circumstances. They believe one way and they just will not move. This is wild. This is nonsense. So if you think this transgender fight is exclusive to American soil, you will be wrong.
I believe that a woman can have a penis.
You think it's factually accurate to say a woman can have a penis? I know that people are divided and split over this, but I would kind of implore everyone, this is an issue we have to focus on, have to be across, I would argue, for the protection of children.
Right.
Nigel,
Yes,
you're
but
looking at me very perplexed. Why?
We start on the basis of whether or not you accept gender dysphoria as being a genuine condition that needs treatment.
I do.
Well, in which case, then we start with the position that there are such things as trans women and trans men.
No, I don't have that view.
No.
So I completely agree that there will be somebody, that there'll be a few people out there that have the condition, the medical condition that you just referenced, that will feel within themselves that they are not who they are and they want to present as a different gender. I completely accept that, and it must be awful. It must be horrendous to feel that, to live that. But then
a trans woman must be a woman.
No, to me, a trans person is a trans person, someone who does not want to live.
Gender.
Yes, as someone who does not want to live as their biological reality.
Right. I believe a trans person is a trans person. That's it. You're not a man. You're not an actual man, and you're not an actual woman. So we need to take the trans man and trans woman. No, you're not. You're just a trans person, which is fine if that's how you want to live your life. Live your life the way you want, but you are not, in effect, a man or a woman. I agree with her.
I wish them no harm. I wish them no ill.
Right.
But a man declaring that he is a woman, he is not the same as me.
Nope. Good. Where is it? Where's the clap? Stand up for yourself. Ladies, we gotta fight. Ladies, you gotta fight for yourselves. And I understand there's some women that are on the fence and actually believe that trans women are real women and trans men are real men. But you got to think about your children. Like, there will, in effect, be a race of women. Women will be eliminated from society in effect. Like, whatever effective positions that they hold will start to go away. We're already seeing it in sports. That's just the obvious place. That's the obvious place.
Right, okay. Well, it is certainly true that if you are a biological man, then I would agree with the premise of the question that you don't use women-only spaces.
But you trot out that sentence, respectfully, you trot out that sentence that trans women are women.
Yes, I do. And that's not true.
So you think a trans woman is a woman?
Yes.
So what's a woman?
Well, I mean, a trans woman can be a woman, and a woman can be a woman.
No, Nigel, what's a woman?
No,
okay.
They can't.
A woman the biological sex and gender is different, so you can be biologically a woman.
Which is what?
An adult human female.
Don't answer for him, because he's trotting out this sentence and everyone does it. And I don't think, respectfully, you know what you're talking about.
Okay.
What are you talking about? When you say a trans woman is a woman, what do you mean?
I believe that a woman can have a penis.
But look, and are you saying that with a straight face?
Yes.
She can. She can put one in her purse. She can strap one on, but you're not. No.
I am, yeah, because I believe that it is. You're absolutely right. It affects very few people, and what they want to do is get on with their lives. But I'm accepting that people have the right to self-identify in the gender of their choosing, especially if they've suffered because of the sex that they have previously.
See, I don't know where we go. How have we reached a point in 2023 where people with straight faces, and you're a good man, you're someone I respect, and you think it's factually accurate to say a woman can have a penis? Right. They cannot. Surely you must know that that's not accurate.
We're so far down the rabbit hole now. One's merely paying lip service to the latest fad of the day when one says, no offence, a woman can have a penis. It's so plainly self-evidently untrue that only a left-wing journalist could think it. I suppose there's some social scientists as well. If you ask me as a man to call you Barbara, I might, because I'm polite. But you have no right to compel me to believe that you are in fact a woman. And you have no right to command the rights and treatment of someone who actually is a woman. To directly contradict your position, in my view, a woman does not have a penis and never has.
100% correct. Now, one of the problems I have is women fought so hard for so long, and women, if you're listening to this, this is for you. You fought so hard. Your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother fought so hard for so long for you guys to have rights. And now we're going to let men who masquerade as women join in and in effect take away your opportunities? That sounds like a good idea to you? If your daughter has an opportunity to do something great in life. Let's say let's go back to sports, and she's a track and field star, and she has an opportunity to get a great college education based off a scholarship that's being offered, and she doesn't get it because it was given to a transgender person. How's that fair? Let's look at the WNBA. How long is it going to be? If we accept this, how long will it be before the WNBA is full of men? Biologically born men. How long will it be? There will no longer be a WNBA. It will be 2 NBAs. We will have 2 men's leagues and no women leagues. The first man they let into the NBA, he's going to average 50 points a game. He's going to average 50. In my prime, I probably would have averaged 45, 50 points a game. You couldn't stop me. Men are just naturally faster and stronger, have better hand-eye coordination. It's just the reality of life. Don't give it up. Don't go down without a fight. Don't give in.